Hi, my name is Osala, and this is my commentary channel, my review channel, my whatever I want to do channel. Basically, if a topic I read, that I watch, or that is brought to me is interesting, I can't help but to write about it, and I might as well make a video and make a little piece of change off of it. So, today's topic, we're just going to jump into it because I tend to ramble, is about why society.
This
Be nice.
I'm finding it.
It take you that long to
It
find
does. It does.
Today's topic is basically about why society doesn't believe Black women. And I'm going to be doing my makeup because I find that it'll maybe make this video a little more interesting, and it'll keep me interested, and we all want to be interested. I can't seem to get my earring in. So this topic manifested itself in a conversation that I had with my homeboy when we argued about the Halle and DDG situation. Essentially, in so many words, he felt in situations like theirs, as well as Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, I don't know if you know about them. In situations like theirs, he can't be sure if the men are guilty because there's not enough evidence brought by the women. He then went on to mention a tweet that he saw with a lot of engagement that he felt personally attacked by. The tweet said something along the lines of, "Why don't y'all believe in Black women?" By the way, if you hear my fans, I live in Texas. It's the summer. Deal with it or fight me. I don't think you want to fight me about these fans. The tweet said something along the lines of, "Why don't y'all believe Black women?" And then he felt it was an attack on Black men. And in so many words, I basically said, a hit dog gon' holla.
Attitude. 1-5.
So to get through this video, I've broken it down into a few sections. Our first section, I forgot I'm supposed to be doing my makeup. Our first section is going to be about Misogynoir. Oh, goodness, this is not going to be easy. I don't know why I decided I should have came with the makeup done. I've never been much of a multitasker. I've been a good I ramble. I'm sorry. Misogynoir is a dislike or contempt for or ingrained prejudice against Black women. The term combines misogyny, a hatred of women, and noir, the French term for Black. Where's my clip? I need my clip. Misogyny is not simply a hatred of women. It is a focus on the power and control of being upheld by men. I can do my makeup fast, so just work with me, all right? All right, so as I was saying, misogyny is not simply a hatred of women. Misogyny is focused on power and control being upheld by men, and it's a rejection of femininity unless that femininity exists to please a man or within the realms of a man's comfort. Misogyny relies on the
What?
Misogyny relies on the compliance of women and punishes or seeks to ostracize or embarrass those who do not comply. I got an accent, okay? So let's work with each other here, all right? Let's work with each other. Now, this remains, but goes even deeper and becomes even more dangerous when paired with racism. Societal norms continue to marginalize and stereotype Black women as hypersexual and or aggressive with supernatural strength. Whenever there is a slight deviation from this perception in the public eye, Black women are judged harshly and swiftly for it. Even if Black women do play into the stereotypes, they are judged harshly and swiftly for it. I know this is something that I basically had to grow up to learn, that you can't please everybody, especially when you're Black. Especially when you're
So basically, right here, I meant like you either play into the stereotype to see if it benefits you, or you fight the stereotype because you feel like it's for the greater good. So that was the point that I was trying to make here, but I ended up yapping a little too much.
Sometimes you have to play into the stereotype to protect yourself, or sometimes you have to fight the stereotype to get a job. Do you feel me? So it's like within society as Black women, we're always trying to navigate whether we're going to be the soft feminine or the strong Black woman. And as much as I believe in the strength and power of Black women, because history has shown that we're strong and powerful people, and I've seen it with my own eyes, Black women are not some magical force sent to earth to save everyone and teach everybody life lessons along the way. That just is what it is. For some reason, we've been taught that that's exactly what our role is, but that is not what Black women are. That is not who we are for society. Where is that conceived? I feel like in this day and age, we've grown to recognize the white savior complex that has been forced upon society. The fact that the white savior complex has led to the formation of current society, but we rarely talk about or acknowledge the Black savior complex that has been ingrained within Black people, and more specifically, Black women. I feel like I'm hollering at y'all, but I gotta speak over this fan, so I'm not mad. I just gotta make sure you hear me. In the back, do you hear me? Are you with me? JC, are you with me? So you guys, I'm so worried about you being bored. I'm entertaining. You won't be bored. If you want to learn, you will not be bored. Okay? The Black woman savior complex is a stark contrast to the white male savior complex, as they tackle both race and gender. Whatever the white man messes up, the Black woman is expected to clean up so everyone in the house can be comfortable. I'm gonna say it again. Whatever the white man messes up, the Black woman is expected to clean up so everyone in this house can be comfortable. Everybody being every race and gender within society.
When will it stop?
I need y'all to sit on that one. Sit on that one. Sometimes I feel very woke, and it will be easier to be asleep, but my mind just does not let me not see things for the deeper meaning in between.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
So due to these stereotypes placed upon Black women, when a Black woman complains or challenges the unfairness acted upon them within society, there are three main thoughts that I found. There are three main thoughts that other people find to justify that unfairness of that Black woman. So, first, what did she do to cause that unfair treatment? Second, can she not handle the pressure of that unfair treatment? I look crazy. And third, she, the Black woman, is not telling the whole truth, or she's not telling the truth at all. And simply put, a strong Black woman can't be made a victim. So my next section is the Jezabel Complex. The idea of the Jezebel being tied to Black femininity has superseded the era of slavery. And it goes all the way back to European exploration and colonization of Africa. Europeans were fascinated by African sexuality. I mean, we're beautiful people. How can you not be? They found their clothes or lack of clothes lewd and their tribal dances lustful. William Bosman described Black women on the coast of Guinea.
It take you that long to
It
find
does. It does.
William's ass found that the women along the coast were fiery and warm and so much hotter than the men, whatever the fuck that means. William Smith described African women as women who are continuously contriving stratagems.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Strategies. We just gonna say strategies. African women are continually contriving strategies on how to gain a lover. God, fuck. Sound fucking crazy. Genesis of anti-Black sexual archetypes emerged from the writings of these and other Europeans, and that anti-Black sentiment was that the Black male is a brute or a potential. Am I allowed to say?
No, ma'am.
I don't know. Like, am I allowed? Is it? I don't know, that black men are brute and potential R words, and black women are the Jezabel whore.
Oh.
Apparently, we like that shit. Apparently. That's what they say. That's what they're claiming. That's what the streets are saying. That's what the streets are whispering. Okay. Jezebel stereotype was then used in slavery to rationalize sexual relationships, or the R word, of black women between white men and black women, the slave master, and the enslaved woman. If it was not forceful, then the women were bribed with gifts or reduced labor if they complied. So, this sentiment, the idea within society that was being created is that it isn't victimization if the victim doesn't fight back. It isn't victimization if the victim is seen as property and not seen as human. And it isn't victimization if the woman entices and leads the man to her with her body and looks. So, as my homeboy states, the Jezebel is not to be trusted. She cannot feel pain because she perpetrated the assault onto herself by simply being a Jezebel. His statement tied into the comments I would see during the Meg and Tory trial. These comments were like, well, she wants to be a rapper. That's the lifestyle that comes with it. Or, well, she took her friend's man. These are just the consequences. As if any of that has a direct correlation or should result in her assault. Oh, my goodness. Got setting powder. Hold on. I don't know if I'm really going anywhere to need setting powder, but like, I don't know. We might show Walmart how beautiful I am. Might get some ice cream.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on. Perfect.
Who knows? No. I'm just a girl. Drive me crazy, shorty. I need to see you and feel you next to me. I provide anything you need, and I like your smile. I don't want to see you cry. Got some questions that I want to ask, and I wonder if you could come up with it. And I hope you could come up with the answer, baby girl. It's either love me now. Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me, girl? That then ties us into the next segment, the perfect victim. The only way a black woman could be a perfect victim is if the result of her assault leads to her death, and even in death, she will be ridiculed. We've seen this with Breonna Taylor. Victims who have been harmed, and then they question, well, how does she get in that predicament in the first place? Instead of recognizing that she's just been harmed. It don't matter. Let's deal with the assault. Hello? Misogynoir will always be the opponent in allowing a black woman to rest in her victimhood. Because usually this is coupled by statements like, you can't hold a strong black woman down. She's not a victim. She's a survivor.
You can't take my joy, devil. Makes me cut.
Never taking into account that she can be both a victim of the society she lives in, as well as survive and hopefully thrive within that society. Things look a little different because my phone just fell. But I'm kind of trying to test like whether I like recording on my phone or on my actual camera. We don't know yet. So as I was saying, sadly, a trauma response for black people in general in the face of wrongdoing is to remain strong and not show weakness. Like, I don't know about how it was in your household, but like that's how it was when I grew up. You know, never let them see you cry. Save your tears for your pillow. Fight today. So I don't know. I was about to make something up, but baby, you don't cry in front of your enemies. That's how I was taught. Okay. However, for some people to actually acknowledge the wrongdoing done against the victim, they need to see that victim crying or showing a great state of emotion. Specifically, the emotion of sadness, because you can't be an angry black woman. And it's only with that emotion of sadness that they believe that the victim has actually been wronged. A little bit of highlighter. A little bit of highlighter. I look so much better than I looked at the start of this. Like, girl, wake up. Okay? Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more time for thinking ahead. He said no more time for wasting. I tend to change the way I tend to do a lot of things. I tend. So when me and my friend were speaking on Hallie, he admitted to me that there are some things that women can just say that'll make you want to put hand pounding.
No.
That did not sound Jamaican. That didn't sound Jamaican. He was saying that there are things that women can say that will make you want to put hands on them, and women know how to cut deeper with words than men do. And he also chose to acknowledge that the cheating rumors might have been an excuse to abuse her. He even asked me himself, like, hey, if a guy you were dating cheated on you, what would you do? And I said, sure, I would hit him. However,
You need to leave.
However, with that decision, I have to recognize that assault is illegal, which would make him a victim of me assaulting him, and I might go to jail. You know, that might be the right thing. I don't want to say that'll be the right thing for me to. It's assault. Okay.
Oh, brother.
So her actions during what could have been postpartum depression with her hormone levels and her saying this, that, and the third, her hurting his feelings, which I do understand that words do hurt you. But I don't believe that that is a good enough reason to abuse a person. Though she's not an innocent or perfect victim, she could have still been abused. However, how society sees it is she's not innocent, so she's not necessarily a victim. Instead of seeing that two things can be true at once and there is no perfect victim. The world can't get no better. Just wait and see. The world won't get no better. We're gonna make you just see. So my response to his statement brought us into our next. Ooh, lips. Hold on. Lip tinter / plumper from Five Below. I think it was $1. No more than $2. I know that. Great. It's great stuff. Great stuff. I don't feel like I need to do too much to my lips. That was fine. That was good. We're good. We're good? Are we good? I think we're fine. Yeah, that's fine. So my response to him led to our next segment, Black Men in the American Justice System. I know all of this is a lot, and it was like, what does this have to do with people believe in Black women? But if you were following me, you're going to follow me, and it all ties back in the end, I promise. Stick with me. My neighbor's cat is outside my window. Like, she's not a nice girl. And I don't have beef with cats. She's not a nice girl. So I then asked him, well, what do you think should happen if a woman makes abuse claims against a man? He said, well, if it's true, take the evidence to court. So when it is proven to be true in the court of law, that's still not good enough to gain the trust of society. When I be saying society, sometimes I be meaning Black men. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. That's still not enough to gain Black men's trust, because it comes with, well, can we really trust the law as Black men? And no, you really can't trust the law as a Black man, but you can trust Black women. My neck cracked when I did that, so it really did. Most victims in general don't report their abuse. That's just a fact. And that percentage gets even smaller when it comes to Black men and women reporting their abuse of each other against each other. But that percentage gets even smaller when it comes to Black men and women reporting their abuse. Okay, boom. I just want to get a little. You can hear it like when I get a little angry. You can hear it in the accent. So when it comes to our relationship with the justice system, there's a chance that when a Black woman calls the police to report her Black abuser, that everyone in the vicinity that's dealing with the issue will get arrested. And in extreme cases, there's a chance that one of them or both of them may be injured or killed by the police. We know that. We know that. It's Black people in the hood, we mind our business, okay? The police is the last resort, okay? So, as a Black woman, more than you might think, we take into account how calling the police to de-escalate a situation will more than likely, or more than likely when it comes to other races or ethnicities, us calling the police to de-escalate a situation will have adverse effects. We understand that, we know that, we fear that ourselves. And we understand that as a Black community, we have a natural distrust of the systems that were put in place to help everybody. And this distrust of the system has led to a trauma bond within the Black community. Can we admit that we have trauma bonded? We as Black people have trauma bonded over the injustices done against us. We have trauma bonded over police brutality, okay? If there's one thing that Negroes know, the police, we don't want them to show up that I don't.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm more than a conqueror. Can I get a witness up in here?
You know that. So all of this taken into account, when a crime against a Black woman is reported, you know it was literally her last resort. 9 times out of 10. Because there's always that one little piece in the back that wants to prove everybody wrong. 9 times out of 10, it was the last resort if a Black woman calls the police on her Black man. Not even her Black man, a Black man. So no, you can't trust the justice system, but you can trust Black women. And this idea of, oh, can we trust this, that, and the third, leads to my, it's not just my thought. How do I put this? There's a boys club. That's our next suspect. That's our next portion. There is a boys club in society, all right? It's very rare that men actually do the research that will prove why they should actually believe Black women. I had to argue with my homeboy just to get him to finally read the court records that he had been disagreeing with for years. And it was in those court records that there was a witness that admitted to seeing Tory.
I don't know if I could say that either, but bang, 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 bang.
And what was my friend's reply? How can we trust a witness? That made me realize, yeah, this is about the boys club. And that made me realize that simply a lot of this distrust is just misogyny. Like I said, ties back to Misogynoir. I often speak of this boys club, not on here because this is the first video, but I'm going to often speak of the boys club and the 2 large elements of society, specifically American society. I'm an American, I'm Southerner, I'm a girl from Texas. Dallas, Texas. Shout out to y'all. And those 2 large elements in American society are race and gender. I don't know why I'm sitting sideways. Let me sit up. Are race and gender. If it ain't racist, it's patriarchal. If it ain't patriarchal, it's racist. And most of the time, more often than not, it's both. Men protect men, and women protect men too. There is an extreme need to humanize the perpetrator when they are relatable to you. And the funny thing about men is that the only thing they need to relate to each other are the fact that they fucking have penises. That's why men always joke about how easy it is for guys to maintain friendships and even make friendships. There's an age-old bonding trope of men to simply relate about how much they dislike women. The boys club. The boys club. And while we're speaking on misogyny, women have internalized misogyny as well. Yes, girls. Yes. We must take accountability. You know how the men say, we don't take account. We must take accountability. We be misogynist as well. Not me, but y'all. I'm pointing the finger at you. Y'all be misogynist as well.
I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
Women uphold the patriarchy, hoping that they will benefit from it. Do not think I don't see you, Bookie. I see you, Bookie. Do you see me seeing you? Can you picture me wrong? I'm sorry. There are women who will uphold these stereotypes and categorize the victims as others. Look at that dark, evil shadow. Others who they feel don't fit into the perfect victim stereotype. It's only when these pick-me-ass bitches, yeah, I said pick-me-ass bitches. It's only when these pick-me-ass bitches, yeah,
Attitude. 1-5.
have an assault happen to them that they are able to sympathize with those making the claims against the assailant. I had to bring this up too. This is a little sidetrack. We're gonna get back on topic, but this goes for a lot of people in general. Like, y'all didn't care about the mass deportations until it happened to members of your family. Y'all weren't worried about the raids and the racism that was gonna happen in this country until it started happening to people you know. Now your coworker, he not showing up to work, and boom, that's not how I thought. Not from New York. Not from New Yorkers. There's these women who uphold the patriarchy, guard the entrance to the boys club. Because let me say this more seriously. I need y'all to feel me when I say these next few lines, alright? Oh! There are these women who uphold the patriarchy by guarding the entrance to the boys club, hoping that one day the doors will open for them too. But let me make this very, 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 very clear. No girls are allowed in the boys club. You might get a peek in. You might get to speak to the club goers. But your name will never, ever, ever be on the entry list because you have a badge. Yep. She was a fairy. And the patriarchy only survives if they have control over that coochie.
And I keep her right here. Nina.
I'm not going to repeat all that, so rewind it because I think you need to hear it twice, okay? So I did make this video kind of go by quickly because I don't have that much space on my computer to really sit down and edit an hour-long video, but I swear I could talk about this for hours and hours. That phone call with my homeboy, I think, was 4 hours long. Yeah, we talked about other stuff in between, but baby, we sat on this topic for a long, long time because this is very important. And I know it might sound like a history lesson, but everything is historical.
It's okay.
So why is it harder for people to believe black women? Because history in Misogynoir has labeled black women as the Jezabel. And like my homeboy said, the Jezabel is not to be trusted. Somebody somewhere, when I find out what's making me have these ingrown eyebrow hairs, you're over. You are over your devil, whoever you are. I'm gonna handle that. I'm gonna handle that. Trust and believe. Trust in me. No, we're not doing that today, Rosella. Stop it. Stop it. For all the people that know I can't whistle, are you proud of me? That was pretty good. It was pretty darn tootin'. And I had to do my mascara and eyebrows off camera because I mean, it wasn't off camera. Camera was running. It's just you won't see it. Hope you're okay with that. Hope you're okay with that. Got a long way to go. Got a long way to go.